Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then welcome. So I decided I would share with you my new planner. This is actually a bullet journal, and I know I did not include this in my 2021 planner lineup because it was kind of an impulse. I've been wanting to try bullet journaling for years, and honestly I was afraid to start. I thought, I'm not talented enough. I don't know how to draw. I don't know how to doodle. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And I think it'll be really hard for me to set it up each week. And I was just afraid. But I decided I needed something new in 2021. So I went with it. This lovely journal here is by Scribbles That Matter. And if you haven't heard of them, they make really affordable bullet journals and planners. You can even buy them on Amazon, and they come in all different colors. And they are made with 160 GSM paper, which is a nice thick paper that doesn't show any like shadowing or bleeding or anything like that. So it's really, really great for bullet journaling and using like really thick fine liners and mild liners and Tombow brush pens and all that. You can even do a little bit of watercoloring in them, which is something I'm aspiring to try really soon. So I thought I would just kind of show you how I have this guy set up, and then I may even do a plan with me. I don't know. I'm a little nervous because I am such a noob, but I think that if I can do this, then anybody can, and I should share with the YouTube world what I'm doing in my BUJO so that maybe it will inspire other people to give it a try. So for this first page, this name page, I just lettered my name using a Tombow 𝘬𝘬𝘺. This is a hard tip brush pen, and it is my favorite for hand lettering and calligraphy and all that. And then you'll see this wildflower theme that I kind of used throughout my 2021 setup. So I incorporated some of these wildflowers on each page of my setup. So here in this next page here, these come in your planner. So it's a key, including a bullet code and a color code. So here I just put some basic ones. I don't know if I'm going to use those throughout my planner, but we'll see. And then you can color code as well, which I don't think I'll use. And then here we have an index. So these are like the setup pages that I did, and then also January is in here. So, when I'm looking back through this, if I want to jump to something, like let's say I'm like, when did we last get the dogs groomed or whatever? And I can look at I think it was in February, and I can find it. So that'll be nice to keep that index there. So here we go, starting with my 2021 setup. And I love this quote by Dr. Seuss. I thought it was really appropriate for the new bullet journaling journey that I'm embarking on. You'll never get bored when you try something new. There's really no limit to what you can do. So I thought that was cute and appropriate. And then I incorporated a little bit of washi tape, just some Happy Planner washi that I had that I thought matched the colors that I went with. I wanted it to look somewhat rustic, so I went with a rustic vibe. Then here I created this grid spacing cheat sheet, which I've seen a lot of bullet journalers do. And it's been really helpful just to know like how many spaces we have across and how many down, and then how to divide the page in thirds and fourths and in halves, and yeah. Then this is a page just for things to check out. So you know how people are like, oh, you should watch such and such, and then you just kind of forget about it. So I thought this will be the place where I jot down when people tell me to check out a book or even a restaurant or whatever. So I wrote down a few already. Then here's my future log for 2021. This took a while. I'm just going to be honest with you on that one. I wrote out all these little calendars and then all the special events and school closures and all of that. But I really enjoy looking at this, and I think it'll be a nice reference. All right, so this is where I'm going to be tracking the things that we watch and the books I read, which is on the next page, and stuff. So these are tracker pages. So I thought that just kind of putting the thing in the middle, and then I can like kind of number them throughout, and it'll give me a lot of space to write things down. So I thought that that was a good way of laying out these pages, but you know, we'll see. I'm very new at this, so I don't really know what's going to work for me yet. So on this page, I have books that I've read. I'm currently reading Ready Player 2, so I already put that up there. And then workout programs. So I like to do Beachbody workouts, especially since the pandemic hit and I didn't want to go to the gym anymore. So I like doing workout programs at home, and right now I'm doing bar blend. So as I complete that one and I decide which one I'm going to do next, I'll just kind of keep track of the ones that I do. And maybe I'll do like a star rating program for all of these so that I know what I liked. And then here we have a health tracker. So I knew I really just wanted to track my headaches and migraines and how they correspond with my menstrual cycle, because I get a lot of headaches, and they don't always have to do with my cycle, but I just wanted to know like how often am I getting like true migraines versus like mild, moderate, and severe headaches. So I created this tracker, and I forget who I saw do a similar chart to this on Instagram and YouTube. But I've seen quite a few bullet journalers do something similar, and I thought that this would be a good way to track that. And then these are just the first letter of each month of the year up there. So it'll be fun to kind of fill this out. It won't be fun to have the headaches, but at least, you know, I'll have something to color in if I do have a headache, right? And then here's just a simple goals and gratitude page. So I just wrote out a few goals for 2021, and then the gratitude, I'm just going to, at the end of each month, write something that I'm grateful for that happened that month. Then here, this is my favorite part probably of the entire setup, and this is all about my kids. So Elle is my 3-year-old and Jerry is my 9-month-old. So lots of milestones at those ages, and I'm really looking forward to documenting the different milestones for the year. Okay, and now we're getting into January. So I was looking for a quote about stars and, you know, like kind of celestial, but also Martin Luther King, because of Martin Luther King Day in January. So I thought that this one was perfect. Only in the darkness can you see the stars. And then I used some Happy Planner washi that kind of corresponded with the colors that I wanted to use. And I wanted this theme to kind of look like a beaded curtain. So I had a lot of beaded curtains growing up in the 90s. I don't know if you remember what those are or had any yourself, but mine glowed in the dark, and I remember being so happy about those. So I thought that that would be fun to try to mimic. All right, here's my monthly spread. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to end up putting here, but even if I don't end up writing a whole lot, it's still nice to look at this as a reference. And then I just have a little brain dump here and some to-dos for the month. Then here's my first weekly spread for January. It's currently Saturday, so YouTube videos. I'm filming a YouTube video. I decided to try like a Hobonichi style layout for the first week because I've always kind of wanted to try that layout. And I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I like what I did here with like the doodling, but I don't know how functional this kind of a layout is for me. I do like having the lists on the side though. But that's what's so great about bullet journaling, is that you can change it up each week. So this is next week's spread, and I love how this one turned out with the beaded curtains down here, and then I have a to buy list, and then each day of the week up here. And what I love about what I love about seeing other bullet journals and what I plan to do in my bullet journal is stick with one theme for the entire month so that it's kind of easier to figure out. You know, like I don't have to come up with a new theme every week. So that makes it a little simpler. But changing up the layout is still really fun. So for my plan with me today, I am going to create this next spread, and I'm a little nervous. I know I already said that, but I'm just gonna kind of take you along on my journey. And you know, I am a complete newbie, 100%. I don't know what I'm doing, but you don't have to know what you're doing to start this process. So if you've been thinking about it, just do it, guys. It's awesome. You don't have to be talented. That's not even the point. So I'm going to start off by taking this purple Tombow Fudenoski, which is the same one that I used for my January script here and here. And that's going to be the first thing I do, is just letter January. And I put everything down in pencil first so that I can erase it, or like erase mistakes. And then I'm going to go over it in my fine liners and everything, and then I'll erase the pencil at the end. So let's just start here. I'm also a beginner at lettering. I mean, I've been doing it for a couple of years, but I'm not really that practiced, even though I've been doing it for a while. Make sure they're all connected. And then for the 11 to 17, I'm going to grab my 8-point Pigma Micron. The 08 has been my favorite so far to use for like drawing the boxes and like anything that I want to be like bold, you know. 11 to 17. Okay, and then I think I'm going to outline these boxes next. And I'm finding, just after creating those few spreads that I just showed you, that I don't really like using a ruler to draw these out, because I mean, I kind of feel like that's the point of having a dot grid, is so you don't have to always use a ruler to draw boxes. And also, I like that it's not perfect. Like, this is my creative space, right? I'm not making something, like I'm not an architect drawing things out like professionally. Like, this is just my journal. So the more you try to be perfect, the more stressful it is, and like beside the point, right? I'm doing this as a hobby and to relieve stress. All right, so I think I'm just going to speed up the process of me writing these lines because this is going to take a while. Okay, so now I think for these boxes here, I'm going to outline them the way I did this one. So I'm going to take my gray Tombow, and then to give it kind of that galaxy flair, I'm going to take my 0.8 micron and let me clip that. And I'm just going to put these little like dots. So now I'm just going back over this with my 0.1 micron just to add some dots that are a little different. There we go. So I think that looks cute. And then I think I'm going to add a little bit of a drop shadow to these boxes. But first, before I do that, I'm going to take a moment to erase. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add a drop shadow to those boxes, and then I also realized I want to label them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah, I'm going to add this drop shadow and then I'll go ahead and do that part. Okay, so I think I'm going to use my mild liner to highlight the top of each of these boxes for the day of the week. So I kind of saved this part for last because it's going to be the hardest part of the spread for sure. So I think I'm going to color it in, the moon in with Tombows. So I'm just going to start on the big moon here. So what my very amateur art skills attempted here was to make it look a little bit darker around the edge so that it would give the impression that it was like circular. And then I am just going to color in these stars using my mild liners. And now I'm going to take my 1 point micron and outline them. And then I'm also going to use my 1 point micron to go over these lines. And now for those, I am going to use my ruler because I've been using my ruler for the lines on the previous spreads, and it just kind of helps me because they're not going on like right on the dots. They're kind of spaced randomly.
You said it yourself, you want to do this alone. What if your dreams are making it hard to think?
Now, I can't decide if I want to also outline the moon, but I'm pretty sure I do because it looks kind of unfinished. So now, do I want to outline it in my 0.1? Not my 0.8. Maybe my 0.3, which the 0.3 is actually the one that I've been using to write my plans with. Let's try that.
And I'll be out there looking for someone like you.
All right. So I think it's just about done. I do want to write some headers. So I think this will be to do. And then maybe this one can be, this one should be to buy because there's a little bit more space here, but honestly, like, I don't know that I have anywhere to put the header. I'm gonna do it in pencil first. To buy, and honestly, this might just be a continuation of to buy because I don't think that box is going to be big enough, but they're really cute little boxes. Okay, and then I'm going to use this Tombow on the finer tip side to go over those. Oh, and then one last thing that I want to do is put the dates in here, and I'm probably just going to use a tiny fine point to write them at the top of each of those boxes. So my 0.1 Pigma micron. Okay, so as I'm looking at this, I'm seeing that it's just a little empty up here. So I think I'm just going to bring in some washi to kind of fill that space. And I've been using this washi just as like a little bit of decorativeness here and there in this theme. These are Happy Planner washi tapes. And now I feel like it's complete. So if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload something new. Thanks for watching.